Welcome to 40 days of Lenten video devotionals. My name is Fred Logan, and I have the privilege today of talking about Paul and about his letter to Romans, chapter 6, verses 3 through 14. Romans was Paul's final letter to a church. It had been 20 years since he had that life-transforming event on the road to Damascus. In the ensuing 20 years, he had been persecuted, jailed, and beaten relentlessly, but he never stopped his travels on behalf of the church. After all that time, Paul had much to think about when he wrote the letter to Romans and much to convey. Paul tells us that in this letter that it is not enough to focus on Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Jesus died for us. When he died, there was death to sin. And when he was raised from the dead, death, as Paul put it, no longer had dominion over him. But then Paul makes this point in verse 11. So you must consider yourselves dead to sin and alive to God in Christ Jesus. Your old self, as Paul puts it, was crucified. Now you live with God. Paul tells us that Jesus was resurrected, but he makes clear that the important point is that Jesus' resurrection tells us that God is faithful to us. We are saved. We are blessed. We have much for which to be thankful during this Lenten season.